Hi there, it's Peggy Arvidsson. I am here to help you live your heart's desire at work, at play, in your relationships. And one of the tools that I use to make this happen for you is the wisdom that's in your very own hands. There's no one size fits everybody package process program here. It's really a deep understanding of who you are. I come from the philosophy that if you know who you are and you learn to tap into and trust that wisdom, see how perfect you already are, your heart's desire is right at your fingertips. So today we're talking about heartlines in our hands and how they can affect us at work. People think of heartlines specifically around love. That's a great one, right? Love and our intimate relationships, which are so important. But today I want to talk about work. Our heartlines also show us how we communicate and how we wish other people would communicate. Those other people that we come in contact with. In this instance, we're going to talk about those that we come in contact with at work. Whether they're customers, colleagues, bosses, people that we supervise. Our days are spent at work. We spend an inordinate amount of time working and making a living. So why not make it pleasant? Why not use every tool that we can to have a positive experience during this time of our life? Right? Okay. So each of these 4 episodes on the 4 primary heartline types will talk about each of the heartline types and just a general overview of who they are at work. I want you to keep in mind a couple of things. You could have a different heartline on each of your hands, and so could the people you're dealing with. Most often, our dominant hand is the way we are at work, the way we are out in the world. So keep that in mind as well. Today we're talking about the Philosopher heartline. You might also hear it called the Michael heartline. Either way, it's the same heartline that we're talking about. Here I have just a little drawing. I'll put one up on the screen if this is not strong enough for you. But heartlines start underneath the pinky, always, and they travel across the hand in the direction of the thumb. I've put this little quadrant here on my drawing to give you an idea. If you were to draw a box on your hand, when I say it ends low underneath the first finger, when I teach my palmistry students and my hands at a glance, that's what I might say. I want you to see what I mean by that. That's where the Philosopher's heartline ends. The end is what gives us the information about the heartline, not where it starts, because they all should start in roughly the same place. The Philosopher is really governed by the need for information. He's a philosopher. He has lots of questions, or she wants to know how to make this the best widget, the best product, the best service that we possibly can. They can get bogged down in asking questions and have a challenge taking action. This doesn't matter whether they're the CEO or they're your assistant making your airline reservations on your behalf. This can be a tough thing for them to have to get to the point and make a decision. Some people think that they can't make a decision, these philosophers, but that's not true. They just want to make the best decision. They want to make sure that they are serving you or serving the customers to the best of their ability. And in their mind, the only way to do that is to ask more questions. Now, obviously, you could see this would lend themselves to being a great journalist or a professor or a researcher or scientist. People who are questing for answers are natural philosophers. It'd be great if they had this heartline. This is the way they communicated. It can drive you crazy in a corporate setting if you have to make quick decisions. That doesn't mean they're not capable. It means they need special assistance and patience sometimes from their colleagues to help them learn that it's okay, they have enough information, we can move forward. So you can use that information to help your philosopher colleagues, particularly people that you might be mentoring on the way up. You might think, oh my goodness, she can't make a decision on her own. How am I ever going to promote her? You can promote her by encouraging her to use her brilliant wisdom that she's gathered these questions because it's coming from her heart, this need to do right. this desire to serve. If you run your own business, if you're a service provider, perhaps, or you make widgets, a product of your own, and you are in the sales process with a potential client. Perhaps you have a fiery heartline or another types of heartline. You'll see those episodes as well. But your customer has a philosopher's heartline on one or both of their hands. They may ask you lots and lots of questions, almost to the point where you think, oh my goodness, they're testing me. They're going to find out that I don't have, these questions that they ask you might feed into your self-doubt. Because oftentimes I see entrepreneurs and creatives who ask themselves, but who am I to do this? Who am I to start this business? Who am I to provide this service? Isn't there someone else that's already doing that? Don't let their questions undermine you. They're actually asking questions because they want to, A, let you know that they've done their research and they're clear on who you are. And they just want the information they need so that they can make the best use of this service. They're also probably going to be your best referrals. They're going to provide you with referrals. They're going to write you testimonials that are heartfelt because they've asked the questions, they've done the research, and they're clear once they make that decision that you're the right person to work with. So keep in mind that our philosophers might seem a little reserved or might seem a little in their head, and they might ask a lot of questions that might turn you off. It's not that they're trying to shut you down. It's really the way they are, the way they appear in the world. And it's how they gather their information to know if they can let their heart follow. Okay? Heartlines. So if you come across a philosopher, or if you are a philosopher, don't look at the challenge side. See how you can use this reserved need for answers to the greatest and highest service. Thanks for watching.